right, begin.
What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys wake up happy and healthy this morning. That's the most important thing. Now, before we go any further, I want to ask you guys a favor. If you don't mind, go ahead and punch that like button and also smash that share button so we can get this channel recognized, you dig? And also, if you're on the gram, you can follow me there at NCTubbTV. That's a for sure way that we can stay connected, all right? So let's get down to business, and I want to talk about this situation that's going down with the Wendy Williams show. Now, it's being reported that the Wendy Williams show staff are absolutely livid to the 10th power. They feel that the show execs missed the bar and that they're absolutely tone deaf to Black History Month. And the reason being is the fact that they let Michael Rappaport, who's extremely obnoxious, by the way, and relentlessly annoying, right? That brother gets on my nerves to the 10th power. But they allowed him to kick off the first week of Black History Month by hosting the Wendy Williams show. And a lot of the staff members and a lot of Wendy Williams fans are upset because they're like, yo, what about Sherri Shepherd, who's absolutely a fan favorite? And also, she's a potential candidate to replace the Wendy Williams time slot if Wendy elects not to come back. So why couldn't she kick off the first week of Black History Month? And then you also have Remy Ma and Fat Joe. So I understand where they're coming from. It's like, yo, it's Black History Month, and no one that has the same hue as me is kicking it off, but you elect to choose Michael Rappaport to kick off Black History Month. So that does come across insensitive on the part of the execs. Now, another thing that I find incomprehensible about this whole dynamic is the fact that ever since Michael Rappaport has been filling in as a co-host on the Wendy Williams show, he's had the lowest ratings. So not only is Black History Month in the shortest month of the year, you elect to put somebody that's not going to get ratings, right, to headline Black History Month during this first week. And so it's fair to ask the question, like, are the show execs sending a message, or is this just a coincidence? Because listen, you know, I would be, if I was on the staff, I would have a lot of questions. I would have a lot of questions, right? And there would be some stern conversations to be had. Now listen, we don't know the schedule of Sherri Shepherd, and we don't know the schedule of Fat Joe and Remy Ma and things of that nature. And maybe Michael Rappaport was the only individual that could fill in at this particular time. But I don't believe that, because why are staffers of the Wendy Williams show upset about it? It seems that Sherri Shepherd was available, or Remy Ma, because this wouldn't be a story if Remy Ma or Fat Joe or Sherri Shepherd weren't available, right? They would understand the circumstances. But then you could say you could go outside of the show and get an Angela Rye, right? Somebody that looks like me to actually kick off the first week of Black History Month. And so how I look at things is that this is not the Ellen DeGeneres show. This is not the Dr. Phil show. This is not the Maury show, right? This is the Wendy Williams show. And I feel like the fact that Wendy, being a melanated woman, they should have celebrated the show and kicked it off as such, right? With somebody melanated sitting in that seat to kick off the first week. And so as I was looking at the reports, you know, if you couldn't get Sherri, if you couldn't get Fat Joe or Remy Ma, the reports mentioned that a lot of the show staff mentioned the fact that they should have went out and got Terrence J. So that's another option that they could have took to fill that void. Now, the one thing that I've observed about the Wendy staff is that they're probably on the same level of messy as Wendy, because one moment they're out here snitching and telling her business and things like that, and then in the next moment you feel like she should be honored because she's a melanated woman, and you feel like, you know, in the place of Wendy, that they should have had a person that was melanated in that seat to kick off the first week of Black History Month. Now, maybe they feel like Wendy is family and they can talk about Wendy, but nobody else can. And, you know, that's how it is. You know how family do, you know, when you have that type of family aura, you know, amongst one another, you know, you might argue, fuss, and fight, but nobody outside can come in and say anything about that particular person. I don't know. But I will say this, as far as the speculation surrounding if Wendy is going to return back to her show, I did get some credible information from a credible individual stating that Wendy will return back to her show, only to say farewell and to say goodbye. They say behind the scenes, Wendy has been saying that she at least owes it to her fans, you know, to come back to the show to close the season, and that it would mean so much to Wendy that she walk off the same stage where she graced us with her presence for years, made us laugh, entertained us, and things of that nature. And so Wendy is hell-bent to return back to her show in March to do the final episodes, and then the last episode, she gets to say goodbye for good. So that's what I'm hearing, and it came from a credible source. And with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole entire situation. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll get with you in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Peace.